Hello there, and thank you very much for opening up this video. I do appreciate it. I'm making this video in response to the little bit of furore, or should I say controversy, that's been brought about by Councillor Rosemary Carroll sharing a joke to her Facebook wall comparing Asian people with dogs. On top of that, very recently, a young man who's nicknamed Count Dankula has got into a little bit of hot water because he trained his dog to basically make certain salutes which are deemed offensive. As well as that, a young man in Wales has been fined £365 for hanging a gollywog like this one from his window. Very recently, well, not very recently, a while ago, they tried to shut down the Mad Hatter's Emporium in London for selling gollywogs. I actually bought one. And on top of that, some Morris dancers have been banned from performing because they had black face paint on. Now, when I saw this joke, quite frankly, I thought to all those people who are offended, get a life. I actually found the joke quite funny. In fact, I found it hilarious. I was cracking up laughing. It's almost as funny as one of my favourite jokes. It's the World Cup this year, the 2018 World Cup, and I see India and Pakistan haven't qualified. It's important that they don't, for one simple reason. Every time they're going to get a corner, they're going to build a shop. I mean, that's my favourite joke. I mean, the other one is, what do you call an Asian person who doesn't own a corner shop, who isn't a doctor, dentist, accountant, or a lawyer? The answer is a liar. I mean, this political correctness gone too far. Now, I do accept racial discrimination has no place in our society, in exactly the same way racial harassment or racially aggravated assaults have no place in our society. But it's got to be weighed up against the ability to take a joke. All this councillor has done is basically had a laugh. That's all. You know, I don't find that joke offensive. I find it funny. To all those people who are offended by it, get a life. Haven't you got anything better to worry about? I mean, there's been talk about a huge crime wave in London. Well, rather than the police take action against a councillor for this sort of thing, shouldn't they be concentrating on this? For example, not long ago, three councillors in the city I live in tried to have me arrested. What actually happened was there was a spate of violence between gangs of a certain faith in our city. So I wrote to my three councillors from my council saying this is how they've eliminated in certain parts of the world. Now, before you know it, two police officers turned up at my door, and they knocked on the door, and they said, "Who is it?" I said, "It's the police." So I went round the back, locked the doors, went round the back, came to the front, said, "Can I help you?" They just said, "We've got a warrant for the arrest of Mr. James Bond." They said, "It's me." And I was wearing this t-shirt at the time. Needless to say, they got a bit embarrassed, to say the very least. And I just said to them, rather than deal with offensive tweets or offensive comments, why don't you go around looking for some proper criminals? They got very, very embarrassed indeed. So what I'll say to those people is, for those people who are offended by Councillor Rosemary Carroll's comment, get a life and do something more constructive. What I'd like you to do now is go below, okay, and you'll see a newsletter which I've done on the subject. Please have a read. And before you all get offended, this is not the Nazi swastika. This is the Hindu swastika. There's a big difference. The Hindu swastika is a sign of peace, health, fertility and love. My name is Bond, James Bond, leaving you shaken but not stirred. Bye bye.